Oh, what? We got Mr. Hardluck's alert going on here. He's not even here yet. Howdy, everybody. Wow, I'm like super bright. Hold on, let me turn some of this stuff down. So, hi, everybody. Welcome back to the, not Flipstream Arcade, but I guess the Flipstream Arcade upstairs office, I guess. Um, yeah, so we're doing things a little different tonight. Um, So I'm a little discombobulated, a little more than normal, because we're actually not playing some pinball tonight. As you can see, we're not streaming in the pinball category. Let's turn some of this down. Yeah, I am a little pasty white, but I'm not quite that pasty white. There we go. Yay! It's not quite so intense now. But how's everybody doing tonight? I said just kind of want to do something different tonight. Been kind of stressful lately. A lot of personal stuff, which we will get into because, no bummers on stream. But, want to take the opportunity tonight just kind of chill, relax. And today we're actually going to be assembling this, which is horribly out of focus. There. Now it's in focus. So yeah, it should be fun. It's an 18 plus set, so this is the new diorama series for Star Wars that they Lego started putting out. So it should be fun. But yeah, that's pretty much the goal tonight. Just kind of hang out here here on Twitch. We're going to be drinking some aiming juice, even though we're not actually doing any pinball tonight. But yeah, again, tonight's Monkless Belgian Ale, poor pitiful me. Best brewer on the planet. Sorry, everybody else. So, those that also happen to be drinking tonight, enjoy responsibly, of course. So, yeah, it's a little bit of a different setup up here than I'm used to. Up here, I'm used to a one camera gig, so having a second camera to show my desk is a little different. But yeah, we'll adapt. We'll figure it out. I think it'll all work out fine in the end. But yeah, so those that don't know, I do enjoy putting together the occasional Lego set. We are all big kids at heart, especially those that like to play some pinball as well. So yeah, it should be a good time. Like I said, hopefully do a little bit of chill. Speaking of which, we have some chill music here in the background, or we will shortly. As soon as I push this button here, and right there. That's like super loud. There we go. We want it chill, not like ear deafening. I think I'm a little hot too. Turn that down just a hair. There we go. That should be, well, it's still a little loud. You get a little quieter. Yeah. Yeah, that'll work. And we can always mess with it later if we need to. Alright, let's, hopefully all this is gonna work. Let's, do that right here? Yeah, so I think that'll work. So hopefully this camera doesn't actually cut out on us too much tonight. It's my Nikon camera. It's what I actually used to stream with for this camera before I got this camera. But every once in a while, it'll kind of do one of those, I don't feel like, doing the whole live view anymore and shut off every 30 minutes because that's apparently a limit that Nikon baked in. So those of you that are looking to stream, don't use newer Nikons. They're fantastic cameras, but not so much for live streaming. So just throwing that out there. And it's specifically because of that 30-minute limit. And also, depending on which one you get, you may be limited to only 30 frames per second on 1080p. So, again, just some other friendly tech advice there. So, all right, yeah, let's check out the box. So, is that's like totally reversed for everybody, isn't it? It is totally reversed for everybody. Well, hold on a second. Let's fix that. We'll just change scenes here really quick. I said totally pro streamer. Totally know what we're doing here. Okay, let's not do that. Instead, let's do that. So now everyone else can read and sort of see the way I'm seeing things. So that shouldn't be backwards anymore. Nope. Yeah. That's better. That's better. Oh my goodness. All right, hang on. We're totally announcing Mr. Hardluck before he's here. Like I said, pro streamer. Hey, what's going on with your Pit Dragon?
You must be the Monopoly guy.
Welcome to the stream. To the chill, hang out, and build Lego stream. We have the appropriate Lego attire today. We're still upside down, though. Why are we upside down? I thought we fixed that. Didn't we fix that? We did fix that, right? Are we... Okay, why is this one upside down? Am I flipping it twice? Maybe that's what it is. I'm just flipping it twice. We'll get this. We'll get this. As you can tell, I'm not 100% prepared for today, but that's okay. We did before my clip messed it up. Okay. No, but you did mess things up. I apologize if we actually missed part of it. We'll figure it out. We'll get there. Like I said, it's a chill stream tonight. We're gonna put this back. Just put that back. Just put that back just like that. Yeah, there we go. Perfect. We got it. We got it, friends. Yes. Okay. All right. Cool. All right. So, anyways, we were talking about before we were dealing with the very upside down box. You know, I saw this. It is, you know, one of the iconic Star Wars scenes. There's, I think it's what, $60, I think. There's a couple others. So there's one for the Dagobah Swamp, as well as the trash compactor scene. So, but it's fun. I do like this one. I like the fact that it's got the little X-wings and the TIE fighters and stuff. So yeah, 665 pieces. So I think from what I remember, so like the big pros, the Lego pros, which I am very much not, they do about 400 pieces an hour or something. But yeah, it looks like it'll be fun. See, let's bust it into this puppy. So how you doing, Arthur Pendragon? How's your weekend been? Parts. Yeah, what I normally is I'll normally hang onto the box and then put all of the plastic piece trashes. I got mostly FX3 today. Cool. That's cool. I'm assuming you're talking the new. Well, I guess that would be what the Pinball FX is the new one, right? So FX3 would be the older one. I guess newer, older one now with the Unreal one coming out. Did the box say rated 18 plus? It seems on. Yes, it did. That does. The old FX. Okay, yeah, it is an 18 plus set. And I think a lot of it is because I had a quick peek at the instructions. It's a lot of smaller part type stuff. But that's okay, because we're old enough for aiming juice. I think we're okay for the Lego set. Let's see. Alright, so there's our bag 6. We'll set that off to the side. So we should totally be able to get through this. You think. You would think. We should totally be able to get through this on the stream today. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. See much more. Can I do more static noise in the mic? Like I said, this you know, kind of wanted to put the set together, and we could just kind of chill. You know, all right. We're assuming we're starting at bag 1, and only bag 1. Let me check out the manual. Yeah, lock your S files in attack position. Wait, where did we see that? Was it in my stream announcement maybe today? The Death Star, seconds from blasting Yavin 4 and the Rebel base out of existence. Only Luke Skywalker can launch the perfect attack to save the galaxy. With Darth Vader dead on his tail, Luke, urged with the voice of Obi-Wan Kenobi, switches off his targeting computer. Let's see, trench run diorama. The trench run scene from Star Wars A New Hope always gives us chills, and for the first time, we're recapturing part of it in this vibrant diorama. Capture the seconds that mark the beginning of the end for the Empire. Well, not exactly. I don't know if that's entirely true. And feel free to add your own cool galactic battle sound effects. We probably won't be doing that, but maybe we can all kind of picture it in our heads. Lego Star Wars diorama collection inspired by and dedicated to Star Wars fans and our favorite defining moments in the saga. You may use the Force to build, but the power of the brick clutch is already strong with this one. Enjoy building. Jens Kronvold Fredrickson, creative director for Lego Star Wars. How's it going, Locarno? Welcome to the stream. We're building, chilling out, building some Legos tonight. There's actually some kind of cool artwork in here. See, outmaneuvering Darth Vader, Obi-Wan has told Luke that his father was the best pilot in the galaxy. But as the trench run scene plays out, we have no idea that Luke is in fact up against said pilot and father. Spoilers. In addition to cinematic dynamics of the battle scenes, the most crucial to the dynamics between the characters. Okay. And have you ever noticed the complexity of the Death Star design as you watch A New Hope? Based on the movie and artwork by designers Joe Johnson, Dan O'Bannon, and Ralph McQuarrie? The model details the intense drama and action in this climactic battle. Now you can freeze the scene and zoom in on every detail. Sort of. And pew pew indeed, Locarno. Alright, and the removal tool, which is extremely helpful when we inevitably screw up tonight from drinking too much aiming juice. But it's cool, they've actually got like little pictures from some of the Lucas Arts archive stuff. You know, the model that they ran the cameras through to do the filming. You know, some of the surface of the Death Star there. So that's cool. That's cool. So quick tour of the 6 bags that we're going to be assembling tonight. So the first one is the very boring base to start with, but then it gets a little bit more exciting with a whole lot of little parts. And the really cute tiny stuff apparently is at the very end. So, all right, let's get started. Let's see. Do you guys really care to see the instructions? Do you want to see those as we go along? I'm trying to think of where I can put this where we can either. I mean, at least I need to see it, but if anybody else wanted to see it too. Oh, thanks, ControlBot, for throwing out your command set there. Most of which works tonight. Most of which works. Actually, that reminds me, I do need to turn one thing off. Or somebody does it and breaks everything. So totally pro streamer, totally prepped for this. That's all right. Again, we're just here to hang out, build some stuff. We need to turn that one off. Yeah, because switching sides is okay tonight. Switching cameras is not, because there's nothing else to switch to. I mean, I guess I could have made it so that this one and then this one we're swapping, but I'm trying to make one deck that works for both my office for doing this kind of stuff and pinball downstairs in the arcade. And that's a little difficult. All right. Bag numero uno. Here we go. Park that over there, because, you know, inevitably we're probably going to need that tonight at least once. So, decent part set. That's kind of the other thing I started doing is building into a tray like this. Sometimes I'll use like a cookie pan or something, like a baking pan. Just, you know, so when you're opening up the little packages like this one, you don't have stuff that goes flying everywhere. Plastic's empty before we toss it into our bag. All right, and apparently we're gonna need all three of these. All right. All right, friends, here we go. I'd say pinball friends, but it's I mean, you know, I guess technically a lot of folks here are pinball friends, but I mean, I guess Lego friends now too. So, are you both? Just friends? How about just friends? That'll work. Yeah, so our very first click into place here. And that's not the right size. That's the right size. So, I'm just flying through these steps. I'm kind of digging the chill vibes. The music. All right. Turn our page here. You know what? Let's just do this so everybody else can see what's going on too. We'll share the information. Share the full experience. So all of you out there watching and hanging out here with me, chilling on this Sunday evening, can experience this too. All right, so we need a couple of these smaller pieces. Of which there are apparently two. And one that goes, is it the longer piece? Yeah, looks like it's the longer piece. Lacarna, do I have many Lego sets? Yes. We have quite a few. Now, our kiddo has way more because she does a lot more stuff, and she actually inherited a lot of stuff that I had when I was a kid. But we do have quite a few. I like to do a lot of the, more model building type stuff. I don't have a lot of like the town type things, with the exception of the holiday sets. I do have a set of those because every holiday season we have our kitchen island that we turn into kind of like a North Pole town scene. So there's like a big cotton pile of cotton and just do some like cotton felt on the ground and a train track that goes around. We have the Christmas train set that I converted to be battery powered and remote control. So we have one side of the mountain kind of on the inside of the kitchen that's North Pole, so it has, you know, Santa's workshop and a bunch of elves and little I'm trying to say the gingerbread house type things, little elf houses, so they all look like they're made of candy and stuff. And on the other side, you have a town that's, you know, decorated for the holidays. There's like a ski lodge, and so we have people that are skiing down the mountain on the other, on the one side. So it's a, you know, it's kind of a dual-sided setup. So it's fun. It's fun. We tend to do that. I don't think we didn't do it last year because it was kind of a crazier year to drag all the stuff out, but it is normally something that we'll do for the holidays. So sounds fun and festive. That's the idea. That's the idea. And maybe I will I'll throw some pictures up on social media when we get around to that time frame. Because originally it was just like the white passenger train that they had for a long time. And we used that when my wife and I first got married. We actually had it going around the Christmas tree. You know, since then, you know, we've had dogs and kid and other things, so we have had to get it off of the floor. And that's where it kind of evolved into what we're doing, you know, today with the with kind of going around the kitchen island. All right, so I think that's everything. Looks like that's everything. Yeah, I'm not the builder that actually pulls all the pieces, because I know they kind of give you up here in the corner exactly what what pieces you're supposed to use. I fake it. Right, as long as you're having fun, right? That's the whole idea behind this. Just chill, have fun, put together a Lego set. Yeah, but outside of that, actually, one of the things that I've done lately, especially with the new sets that Lego's put out, is the botanical set that I've, you know, my wife, like you know, many others, enjoys flowers, but you know, also like me, are somewhat allergic. They started putting out a lot of the different flower sets. So I've got her some of the little succulents set that just came out. There's an orchid set. There's ones that look like you know, bouquet of flowers that I've you know, bought and put together. So I don't buy my wife flowers. I build my wife flowers. And it works out well because she enjoys looking at them and kind of, you know, seeing them, but she doesn't really enjoy the building process, where I very much do. So it works out. All right, we need a little 4 brick piece here. And then one of the 5 of these. Okay, so there's 1, 2, 3. I gotta remember to try and build like further closer to the camera, because I'm building everything way over here off camera. All right, so that looks like that's everything for here. Right, 2, and then, yeah, okay, cool. Cool beans. So it'll be one of the easier bags. There's what, 2 of those? Okay. Guessing that's where the little vent thingies go that are in the picture on the outside. And we need another 4-piece right up front. And a little 2-piece there. Again, just kind of working our way around the outside. Almost done with that step. But yeah, so whoops. Yeah, let's not disassemble it as we're putting it together here. Yeah, a lot of sets I have. So I have like a lot of the cars. So I have the Mustang. I've got the F-150 Raptor because I have an F-150. It's not a Raptor. That's what I typically drive. Being up here in snow country. Alright, and so now we need, yeah, it is the little vent things. Yeah, but I kind of like doing a little bit more of the, like I said, the collectible style of a build. I tend not to do this, with the exception of the Holiday Village. You know, I don't do like the buildings and stuff. So like for a long time they were doing things like it's the downtown diner and the shopping center and those. Yeah, those I don't do. But I do actually will do a lot of sets with the kiddo. You know, she enjoys putting together sets like I do. We did a lot of the Lego Mario stuff, which is kind of fun. I mean, it'd be nice that my only complaint about the Lego Mario stuff is I wish they would have done a little bit more to kind of put more of a game into it than what they did. It's a little too open-ended almost. You know, because you can build a course, you know, however you want, you know, being on the Lego side of things. But there's not much to it beyond that, because you take your Lego Mario, Lego Mario, which he's here on my desk chilling. But you take him and you're kind of bouncing along the track thing that you build on a specific timer. And you collect coins as you go, and then when you're done, it's however many coins you have left or you earn by the end of the thing. But that's pretty much it. So, it's fun. The sets look amazing. They very much captured Mario and the kind of the universe and the look. Yeah, but it was like I said, it was just kind of felt a little lacking, I guess. Piece on there. Just like that. And I think that's it for this. Just flying through this. And then right up front, that is the one thing I do like about the newer sets. They stopped doing stickers. I hate putting the stickers on the pieces versus having them all pre-printed like this. So yeah, there we go. Oh, I guess it's upside down for all of you now. Focus? Focus? So there's our base. Oh, thank you, Control Bot, showing the Flipstream store. Sure we're all assembled there. Yeah, looks good. Alrighty, it's on to pack number 2. A lot of little stuff. So part of me is going, wow, man, we're gonna like fly through this in like 20 minutes, but then I'm like, this is a lot of little pieces, and I don't know that we're gonna get through it that fast. So, but either way, it's all good. So, any of you Lego-minded individuals like myself, I should say, and the kiddo, just make sure our bags are empty before we because I've had that happen one too many times, where you think you've dumped them all out of the bag, but you didn't, and then you're like frantically looking for like 10 minutes trying to find the one piece you need, and it's not there. Because it never came out of the bag. It's like stuck in the little corner, and then you throw the bag away. Yeah, lots of little stuff. Some of the aiming juice here. All right. So we need
Bring that beat back.
Start with that one. Somewhere. That. Piece of the little cross in it. So I'm guessing this is where we're forming the hinge for the back that'll stand up for the diorama itself. Get off there. Yeah, because there's a little hinge piece here. We need, is this it? Yeah, that's it. Okay, that faces this direction. The music's messing me up because I keep hearing like scratches, like static scratches. So I'm like, what's the... We're gonna skip this track. Next. That's better. Okay, we need the little corner piece somewhere. Is it this one? Yep, that one. Found it. Just kind of building along the row. What I should have done is, yeah, I guess I could, put, along the bottom of the screen there, the track we're actually listening to. Throw some credits out to the artists. Then I didn't want to, like, spam the chat with the pretzel bot. Oh. Next. Okay, and then we're putting one of these next to here, like so. If I end up doing another one of these streams, I'm gonna have to find a way to get the camera more, overhead, where this camera is and this camera is because it's behind my monitors. I have to figure out exactly how to make things a bit cleaner. Yeah, I was thinking about, I probably could have put it off to the side over here and then filmed down and then just turned it, but yeah. It's a cool look. I mean, I kind of like the, I'm digging the model. The model look from the actual movie set piece, model piece, whatever, set model. Make sure those are all seated okay. Alright, then we do 4 more of these. Right there on a little tower thing. I don't know what we'd call it. We have the round dome that goes on here. That. That's everything. Looking at our steps. Yeah. Next page. On a pink piece. The one pink, well, I guess more purple. Purpley pink? I don't know what you call that. Just lavender, maybe? Anyways. Alright, so that goes there. We need two of these. Put our lavender piece in. One. And that one. There we go. One more step in the books. Out of the book. Alright, then looks like we're building down along the front. Or down to the front. Set that piece there, get it aligned a little bit. I'll put in our little grate things here because it looks like those go all the way down to the front. And help us position the others too as we go. Alright, Control Bot, if you're going to get annoying, we're going to turn you off here for your chat messages. square piece there. Again, kind of get that lined up a little bit. Just like that. And very almost home plate looking piece goes next. Another little one flat square. Turn a little bit, and then it's a little 2x4 flat piece. And it's really hard to pick these up. Big sausage fingers, you know. They're moderately awesome for pinball, a little tougher for picking up Lego pieces. So there we go. Moving right along. Yeah, looks like we're just kind of building out here. So we got a couple pieces here, and then the section here. Okay, yeah, those are those. So now we can move on to this section. So we have those two in place. Let's get that one in. That one, there should be kind of a triangular piece. Yeah, there it is. It's buried. It's hiding. Music almost has a very Minecraft feel to it. Check and make sure we didn't miss anything. Doesn't look like it. And everybody watching is like, you know, if you count out your pieces beforehand, you know. That's half the fun, chasing this stuff down. Ah! Destroyed everything! Okay, you know what? We're gonna move this down just here. Let's keep whacking with my glasses. There, and we have one more flat piece that goes on there, just like that. Yeah, it's just 4 pieces of that step. Cool. Uh-oh, now we're building fancier stuff here. So we'll set that aside. Let's see, so we need one of these, and one of these. Turn it, and it needs a little round piece there. Hey, what's going on, Legos? Good evening to you as well. Welcome to the Flipstream office, Builder's Corner. Can't say Flipstream Arcade because, you know, we're not in the arcade because we're upstairs. But welcome just the same. Good to see you. Chilling and building ourselves the trench run set diorama from Lego, fairly recent release. So So far, so good. No major backtracking necessary, which is always a good thing. Okay, so it looks like we're... So cool, I want one of those. Yeah, it's this is actually one of 3 sets that they've done. So there's this one, the trench run, and then they did the trash compactor scene, as well as the dig of the swamp. They have like a big, tree and stuff. I think they're about 60 a piece. But yeah, we're just chilling, hanging out, building some Legos. A moment of calm before the week ahead. I think that's pretty well aligned. Not bad. No, I didn't think so. I didn't think so. So, what about you, Olga? So you a bigger Lego builder? Almost looks like a person now. A little head on there. Guess the whole thing goes on top like that. That's what it looks like. Okay, can't tell me that doesn't look like a person. Like holding a shield or something. I love the Lego sets. I have a Millennium Falcon to build yet. Nice. Is it the really big one, or is it the smaller one? Because I think there's like the really giant one, like $800 one. That I think would be really fun to put together. Looks like that just taps in right there. So our little person there, it's the mid-sized one. Okay, that's still cool. That's cool. Our person is face down taking a nap, apparently. I swear it looks like a person to me. Little statue type thing. But it's cool how it looks like it's all the piping and stuff. Yeah, I don't think you were in earlier, Elegos, but I was talking about for holidays, we have our kitchen island we turned into a holiday scene. So we've got a lot of the holiday sets, so the village, the holiday village, as well as the North Pole stuff. Big cotton mountain in the middle, it's a big pile of cotton, like stuffing. And then one side it's all the North Pole pieces, and the other side it's all the town, and it's like a ski resort type thing. So it's fun. And then we have the little holiday train that's on the track that's motorized. It goes around the whole thing. Okay, so we have this and this, and I have no idea what that next piece is. Yeah, it's fun. It's fun. I was saying earlier, maybe I can throw some pictures up on social media next time I get it all up and running. Looks like it's right. I think that's it. Just the 4? Yeah, just the 4 pieces. And that goes right here. Kind of line it up so it looks, yeah, looks straight to me. And then we need one of these. There's the piece we need. And I'm sure a lot of the OCD builders, again, I'm driving me nuts in the fact that I don't pull out the pieces I need for that particular step. There we go. Alright, then we build our little base piece off to the side. And there we go. Next. Settle down for a minute. Okay, we've got this, so we need one of these. Yeah, I love all the piping look stuff that they've incorporated in. So when we look at the set, all of the pipes and the square pieces, and you know, there's the blaster tower type thing in the background. Yeah, it's cool how they tried to incorporate as much of that as they could. It's always laugh looking at a lot of these pieces, seeing how they creatively reuse these, like the little wrench type pieces like this one that you see in a lot of different sets for different purposes. That just clips on. And it pops in right there. I do like the fact they do the moments like that now. It's nice. It's kind of a cool thing that they started doing with the little moment diorama sets. So I don't know if I would do all of them, but I was particularly attracted to the trench run because, you know, it's such an iconic scene from the movie. Ooh, don't start doing that. Knock that off, Brian. It's a chill stream, not a sleep stream. Looks like it's pretty well lined up. There we go. And then, so what, two of these on either side. Not one of those. One of those. There we go. Squeeze those in. It should square everything up okay. And that was actually something we were taught. So we've been... I always like doing Legos or puzzles. A nice calming activity is fun. Exactly. You know, it's just a nice way to wind down from the weekend. You know, just kind of hang out. Yeah, that's partially what's, you know, drawing me to Legos is it's something that, you know, I can focus on and dive into with the ADD and kind of keep that in check a bit. Like I was saying, one of the things we learned when we went to Legoland as a family, we did, which I strongly recommend if if it's possible. They have these VIP packages things that you can do. And you get to do a lot of additional behind the scenes type stuff. And one of the things that we got to do was, sorry, I had to take a drink there. Go and spend time with the Lego builders. So they've got a team of builders that just, assemble a lot of the stuff you see around the park and do a lot of repairs and enhancements and those sorts of things. And we got to go and build the mini landers. So it's not like the mini figs, but they're taller after each one of us. So my wife and our kiddo and myself, we each built our own, and taught us some tricks on how to use some of the things, and including on how to actually use this thing correctly for when you need to remove a piece. So, and we had no idea how it worked, but if you end up having a piece that's in the wrong spot, like say for example, this one you have a hard time getting it out, you actually put the piece on there and bend this way and they pop off. And we're like, oh, that's how it works. Because I'm sitting there, I'm trying to do this and trying to leverage it this way, going, how in the world does this thing work? Yeah, and you just set it on there and pull it off that way. So yeah, that even works for when they're like the little flat pieces like this. You could do the same thing. It's if you get next to it, you just pry them off that way. So yeah, it was a bit of a learning experience. The other thing they taught us too was for like aligning pieces. When you have a bunch of those stuff and you're trying to get them square, is just kind of put them together, and then you could just push them on a flat surface and then they'll line up to each other. So it was like a lot of the weird stuff that you run into that you don't really think about, and then it's just like one of those, wow, that's a really good idea. I don't know why I didn't think of that before. Oh, I never knew. Yeah, exactly, right? It's why is that not fitting on there? Do I feel like I'm missing something?
And here's Rob Tussen. He was very impressive in the warm-ups. And...
Rockies and Pinball Time. Thank you for the follow.
Oh, God, he's still going.
Appreciate it. I apologize. We're not actually doing a pinball night, but good to see you here just the same. And thank you for the follow. We're doing a Lego construction night to kind of chill and hang out. Because I could certainly use a day of or evening of de-stress, so hopefully I can share that with others as well. Anyways, where I was going with this, so if you ever actually go to Legoland, I highly recommend doing the VIP tour. It's not too bad for what you get out of it. Like meals, and like you get like shortcuts at the start of lines, and sometimes you could just go on the same ride again. Awesome experience. You get a lot of the behind the scenes stuff you would normally get to do otherwise. But I think, yeah, one of the time spending with the Lego builders was probably one of the more memorable things, because you're actually behind the glass, working there with them, building your own minifigures, learning tips, because they build stuff all the time. And, unless you're kind of in the loop on this kind of stuff, there's no way you'd learn some of these sorts of things. But like, yeah, how this tool worked was, it's the pry-off part was quite illuminating. All right. Almost out of parts of this bag. Almost on to bag 3. Now I know, and knowing is half the battle. Exactly. Exactly. Yeah, G.I. Joe. Yes. Yes. I actually thought about doing the messed up ones for alerts at some point. Then I saw Sky was doing them, and I'm like, yeah, no, I don't want to do that. Sky's doing them too. Try to be at least a little original. That. The little claw piece pops in right there. The dog hair off of it. I haven't even been in my office, but I don't know how we got dog hair there. That's okay. Those things of owning pets. Yeah, starting to take some shape here. Yeah, more. Goes there. Piece there for that front corner. I had to figure out my camera set up in my room so I could do a Lego stream myself to build my fucking... Yeah, I was about to suggest you should stream your build of it. And one of those. And we need two more of... those. Now where does this go? This goes here, it looks like, and then that gets a little piece on top. But yeah, it'll go, depending when you do that, I would definitely be down to tune in and watch that. Yeah, I like this camera setup that I have in here. I mean, it's unusual for here in the office. Like, I usually have just this one camera because everything else is all digital because they normally do virtual pinball up here because I don't have a physical table. I just have, you know, what's on my gaming PC up here. And then I've got this camera, which is this camera, which is behind my main monitor that I use, you know, kind of pointing down on my desktop, but the angle's a little off. So it'd be nice if I could get a little bit more direct overhead. But I could find a way to do that and not actually have it block this camera or have like rigging in the shot. So maybe I can figure out a way I can put the camera off to the side and have it point down and then just rotate it 90 or something. I built the Batman 66 Batmobile a month ago off stream. That was fun. Well, you should have done that one on stream too. But I'm glad you had fun with that one. I mean, it does sound like it's a fun build. There's that. And one of those right there. Okay. What else? That's it? Apparently that's it. Okay. Next. Oh, these always make me nervous. Whenever you turn the page and you have this many leftover pieces, that always makes me nervous. Did I miss steps? Sorry, so we're just gonna kind of slide those off to the side. Grab bag number 3. You still need to send me your intro video, by the way. The small ones usually do because they figure they're easy to lose. Yeah, and that's kind of my experience. What I normally do is just kind of give a collection of them off to the side, and then once I'm done with the set, I give them to the kiddo. Here you go, enjoy, have fun. You know, once I'm sure they're not actually needed for the model itself. Good variety here. A lot of little pieces. Make sure our bags are empty before we put them in the box. I mean, worst case scenario, we can always look in the box again, but again, if we can save ourselves the headache. And keep in mind, I could do the editing, so if it's like, you know, hey, I want to grab, you know, between this and this second of this YouTube video, I can do that. If that makes it easier. Just do the dream sequence that Jeff Bridges has in Big Lebowski. That's a really long, I'm like 10 seconds or so is more. So which part of that would be more of what you're thinking? Or just grab 10 seconds of something from there. It's like you're not making that very easy. Okay, so we need that. Oh, stop that. It's too early for that. Okay, that goes on the end. And then it's one of these. No, one of these on the end. When you slide into the girls in the lane, okay. Do me a favor, because my brain is terrible. Shoot me a PM on Discord if you would, or message me somewhere on one of the multiple Discord servers that we have in common. So that way I remember. Or whisper on Twitch, whatever works. And we need this. Because there's two others I have to put in as well. There we go, and then we need the little, we need a 3-piece there. More tubes. More tubes. And then this is here, looks like. There we go. Next. And one of those. Such friends is going to come. Okay, all right, that's cool. That works. That works. Guess that's it for that one. All right, next. So that's. No, this isn't the right one. It's not the right one. That's not the right one either. That's the right one. Yeah, I'm not in a Discord at the moment, but we'll get that sorted out. and that one goes in there. This one goes in here on this side. The telescope piece goes under the bottom. Another lightsabery piece from the bottom here. What is the one movie that you will watch no matter where it is in the movie when it's on TV? Ooh, that's a good question. Suppose there's a couple movies that are like that. Tron is like that, the first Tron. A Christmas Story is another one that's like that, because that one, what runs on repeat around that time frame, so, you very rarely catch that one at the beginning of the movie. Let's see, what else? Ooh. Back to the Future. Okay, that's not a bad one. It's not a bad one. I'm trying to think what other movies that are like that. Disney's Black Hole, although that really you don't see on TV much anymore. I must have seen that movie like 25 times when I was a kid. That's all I can think about off the top of my head. Flight of the Navigator, but again, really on. Yeah, it's and the problem is a lot of those movies, as good as they are, they don't really age well. So you think about the general attitude of the robot after he does the brain scan sort of thing wouldn't really resonate with anybody that's younger than our generation. Like, why is he talking like that? I don't understand. Very Pee Wee Herman-esque type vibe. Stuff that's quite aligned right. There we go. That looks a little better. Knock that one out of alignment. There we go. Put that back. Put that back. I guess my problem is, like, lately, I don't know. I'm not as big into like watching TV or movies. I'd much rather do video game or play pinball or something. There are some movies that I'll sit down and watch, but I don't know. It just doesn't quite seem to hold my attention as much as it used to. Versus something that's, maybe a little bit more interactive. Not if there's anything wrong with somebody watching movies or TV. It just doesn't seem to click with me anymore like it used to. I feel like the movies of today are missing something that the movies of the 80s and 90s have that make them great. Nostalgia, maybe? I think a lot of the other issue too is a lot of newer movies are kind of getting a little too formulaic, maybe. Plus there's things from the 80s and 90s and vernacular that just really isn't all that PC these days. For good reason. We're filling another section here. Nostalgia maybe, but today is very formulaic. Yeah, and there's so many, like, because wife and I sit down trying to watch a television show, and there's so many that we started watching and we watched the first couple seasons, and after a while it's like, okay, I can't keep watching the show. Which is, why not? NCIS Los Angeles is a good example that I like to use. They're in the case. At some point, they do the location investigation, the very first one they go to, that they're going to. CSI was another one that's very much same regard, but they'll go in, bust in, guns drawn first. I'm like, just put your guns away. There's never anybody there. It's the first place you've gone to. There's never anybody there. Just put them away. Just casually walk in, get the evidence you need, move on. And it got to the point where then even she started to see it. And I think she was kind of pissed at me for pointing it out. That it was just the same pattern every single episode. And granted, the people and the characters and the specifics changed, but it's the same thing over and over and over again. And I'm like, this isn't entertaining anymore. It's too predictable. Yeah, but CSI was the same way. I have a really hard time watching, a lot of those drama type shows. Okay, what else do we need? 2 more on the bottom. Okay. I really like Person of Interest, but that got really bad with that. Yeah. I know I've kind of given up on a lot of those crime drama shows because I think they're all kind of cut from that same cloth. Oh, in a second, one of these. That's why I go back and look. We have to check. Make sure we didn't miss a piece. Almost forgot that. There. Now we're aligned. Drop this in a little corner here. Starting to take shape. That's starting to look like part of a Death Star, right? Yeah, maybe a little. Maybe. Sort of. I actually saw online somebody had, I think they had bought like 2 of these and put them end to end. So they kind of like made the scene bigger. And then there's a little kit with a Millennium Falcon that they put kind of like floating in on one part and shooting. So they look kind of funny. I watch very little regular TV. Wrestling, Survivor, and South Park is pretty much it. Yeah. I'm going back and I'm watching. I watch like things like Good Eats or Cutthroat Kitchen for like Food Network, or I'll watch Forged in Fire. Which, it's a lot of like knife and sword making, metalworking type stuff. So I did that for a little bit in high school, so it was kind of interesting. But it's stuff where it's not entirely predictable. It's somewhat the same general flow, but it's different every show. So it's familiar enough without being, complete. Oh, wow. Iron Chef is on Peacock, so I've been watching that again. And actually, there's a new one coming out. I saw an article with that Alton Brown was talking about, that they're doing a reboot of Iron Chef on Netflix. And he's going to be hosting again. So if you like Iron Chef, it's supposedly coming back. They're kind of rehashing it on Netflix. Okay, I have no idea what that piece is. Is that... Oh, it's just an upside down one of these. Okay. It's like, what in the world is that? Because I was talking about this piece here, and it's really tiny on camera, but that piece, I'm like, what in the world is that? Yeah, it's one of the little flat round disc pieces like this one, just upside down. And then plug that in, like so. And somewhere in this mess of little pieces is our flat stud, yes. A flat round stud, square stud, or is it just stud? I never learned the official names for all these pieces. I'm betting it's true. I have not looked this up, but the Lego movies, on the scenes where they're doing the master builder look and they've got like the glowing blue pieces with the part number line next to it, I am curious, and I bet it is true, but I'm curious if those are the actual Lego part numbers for whatever it is that they're grabbing and building stuff out of. These days I'll have to check that out, maybe do a Google search if I ever remember. There we go. And then this clips into the little cloth piece we stuck on there earlier. Again, it's got to go with the little piping part up. Let's actually put it into the clip frame. That would also be helpful. There we go. The Craggle, yes. Is it the, and the strip of Bandaid? Right. Oh, that, you know what? Actually, that reminds me. See if I can bring it up here on my phone. One of the things they also, again, going back to Legoland we were talking about earlier. See if I can find. Oh, go full screen chat there for a second. Hey, come on, focus! They had the actual sets from... Focus a little, maybe? From the movie. It's like horribly blown out here on... brightness. There, now you can see them a little better. But they actually had the sets. So there's like all the little Duplo pieces, so it's Queen Whatever Wannabe. Those are all the different forms that she took throughout the movie for the second one. All the minifigs. There's all the pieces from the basement. And all the sets that they had. So you can see there's all the city, so whatever the little ruined thing. It's the actual props that they used to film a good chunk of the movie were actually there. Yeah, there you can see the whole... It's tough to see on here, but yeah, they had all the, like the whole thing built out there. But you know, all the shelves and storage bins and all the sets. So it was cool. from some of the stuff that they had. Then they had some of the stuff from the first couple movies, so there was like the Old West town. It was the house that was in the middle of the desert that he built. Yeah, there you can see the movie of the whole thing, kind of. So it's not, totally to scale. Yeah, and there's the rest of the basements, the washer and dryer, and they actually have a little light and a little emmet underneath the dishwasher, and every once in a while it would move. So it was cool. With the stuff that they had on display, I don't know if it's still there or not. I would hope it is, but I don't know if it goes around to like all the different locations and stuff. See if I can find. So there's the Lego Movie 2, the title brick. We actually got to see some of the machines that they use to produce Legos, so all stuff that they can do on the VIP. So again, if you're into Legos and you ever go to Legoland, take the family, whatever, look into that VIP package. It's pretty sweet. The stuff you get to see and go and check out. Like all the the Lego Movie stuff that was like out, but some of the models and things, that was some of the stuff we got to do for the going behind the scenes type thing. Close to one in New York. Yeah, it's fun. I mean, you go there like once or twice, and you're probably do the park in maybe 2 to 3 days, and then you're good. It's kind of nice. Like the first day, if you do end up doing that, you go like 2 or 3 days, make your first day your VIP, and then you get all like the big stuff you want to do done then, and the big trips, and then use your second and third day just to go back and hit the other things you wanted to do more. And at that point, you're kind of done, because we've been there twice now, and we're like, I don't know if we want to go back. It's not terrible, but it's not a thing you'd want to keep going over and over and over and over again. But anyway, I know a bit of a weird flex brag there, but yeah, it's worth checking out. It's worth going at least once. Oh, whoops. Back to building. That's awesome. Yeah, it's fun. It is fun. Especially if you're someone that's into Legos. It is a bit of a kick to go and see some of that stuff. There we go. I do have other pictures, unfortunately, but it's like me and the family, so privacy wise, I can't really show those on stream. Sorry, but yeah, it is. It's a lot of fun. There we go. Is that it? Just that one piece there? I feel like I'm missing something. Doesn't look like it though. No worries, take a shower when you can. Yeah, I mean, it's, I'm hesitant to do that because I want to be like, hey, look at this. But it's, again, for those that are, into Legos, it is a fun place to go and check out. And I know that I would do it, a ton. I don't see us ever, even if we were local, getting like season pass type thing, because I don't think we'd really use it that much, but it's fun to go experience. No, not that. This. Am I just building 2 of these? Are these exactly the same? Or is there a difference between them? These look exactly the same. Oh, no, they're not. They're back. Those ones the other way. Enjoy go to Lego store at the King of Prussia Mall. That'd be great to do at some point. Yeah. I will say if you're like a Lego VIP as part of their website, the store in Legoland doesn't actually work towards VIP, but they do give you a discount for being a VIP. Because it's run by the park, so they buy kits and then they sell them in the park kind of thing. So it's not owned by the store. Isn't Lego run? It's just selling Lego stuff. You know, not a huge deal breaker, but because we'll do that when we go down like Disneyland or whatever. We'll hit the little shopping center between California Adventure and Disneyland, and they've got the Lego store there. Excuse me, Lego store there. Okay, this one goes on the other way, so the little spiky bits go out. So, hey, I gotta pay attention. This is why it's 18 plus. Those little details that would have ruined this entire model if this thing was on the wrong way. The aesthetics of the entire piece would be ruined. So, you know, well, you can see that, but they're those two pieces are reversed. It's like, why did they just say it's times 2? There's got to be a reason why they didn't say that. There was. They're trying to trick us. Okay, and then this looks like a wheel hub. And an upside down steering wheel. Because that's super creative. And that plugs in here. Yep. Right there. Oh, thank you for the bits, Ghost. I appreciate that. Did the alert work okay? I didn't. I was looking up when it played. It did do the thing and the other thing, right? Hopefully it did. I heard it, so I'm assuming it did. It worked. Okay, good. No, not that. One of these. Go which way? Okay, it goes this way. It's like little, like little pipes that feed in. So can I pull that out so it's actually up against? Yeah, there it goes. That actually looks like it's, thank you for keeping me entertained after a long day of work. You're very welcome. Thanks for hanging out here and being entertained. And I'm glad this is entertaining. That's a premise behind this. Just to kind of chill. Nice, way to wrap up the week. Or, steal out for another week ahead, as it is in my case. Alright, we need 2 of these, so one goes here. We can squeeze that piece in. And build it on camera, stupid. Put it on camera. Working retail takes a lot. I mean, I hear you. I have been there. I have done that. And I can not only empathize, but I can sympathize, because believe me, I know. And I am a firm believer that everyone in this country should be forced to work a brief period of food service or retail as a part of their graduation requirements for high school. And I think in doing so, the experience that food service and retail workers would be much improved as those people get out into the real world. Doing it for over 20 years, so yeah. Well, hopefully you're. I mean, are you like management direction? Fine. There we go. That looks cool. A store manager. Okay. Okay. Yeah, somewhat similar. So I've left the world of retail. I've gone to IT, but more in the technical support direction. So it's kind of like retail, but in similar pains. But not quite the same. But you get some awesome stories, though. That's pretty ingenious. I mean, you see those, but they're like the little pieces, and they just kind of butt up against there, and it looks like they're all the pipes feeding into the one tube thing. It's pretty cool. I like that. Oh, now we're getting fancier. Okay. So we have this piece that goes around the 3. If you ever want to voice chat a Discord, I can tell you some stories. Well, I am sure you can. What? It wants the piece with the... It's like the other half of that. There it is. Okay. Oh, okay. And it's got the... Okay. Now I was like, how does that go there? It has taken a lot out of me. Well, yeah. Again, I'm sorry it has been stressful. Wow. That's like perfect. It just, the ingenuity behind this is just amazing. It's like, how does that line up? But then it fits in perfect. It's all good. I do like to talk about it. It helps with the stress. Now, I hear you. I hear it. Most of the ones that I have are like really funny stories. The things that happen outside of the public view. I used to work for a big box, computer parts retail store that no longer exists. So they can't come after me anymore, but I'll still be somewhat anonymous. And the evenings where we'd end up doing like late evening stuff, so we'd come in and start our shift after the store was closed. I'd be working until like 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning or later. Just dealing with a lot of, weird backstock type issues or, shipment items, those sorts of things. And the shenanigans we would get into after hours when we're like so tired, we're all like kind of punchy. And one time the manager that was, heading up the shift, let's just say I work for a certain major game retailer that like to say that they give a type of power to some players. I wonder who that could be. And I'm sure with that store, if it's what I'm thinking it is, which we won't name names, I am sure there's all kinds of fun customers and customer experiences you've had to deal with. But yeah, just weird things that have happened, especially with retail, like you know, getting hit on by older ladies that I was selling computers to. You know, granted, this is you know, 20 years and 50 pounds earlier. You know, very, very, very odd. It's very odd. I'm just starting to think about all this crazy stuff. I've been around since before the big merge back in 2005. I can tell you stuff on the before and after. And how the times they have changed. Okay, so 1, 2, 3. Okay, I'm getting lost here. All right, so we got those 3. So we're going to do this one. So we need one more of the little round 2 piece. And another clip. And there. Right? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Another piece. Turn this. So on the side of the company got merge slapped. Yeah. Is it over here on the shelf? It is over here on the shelf. Yeah, I've been in the whole computer scene a very long time to prove it. Remember this fun piece of software? The first launch was a Dreamcast. We've done every launch day from that system on. Yeah, this is... not a lot of people would know what this program is or does. Just from the name. So, yeah, that's kind of gives an idea how long I've been poking around this whole computer thing. And then that goes here. It's a totally different perspective once you get the piece on there. I have a bachelor's in computer science, but the dot-com burst changed a lot of things and made it hard for me. Oh, that is in fact a bummer. You know, it hasn't really changed too much. I mean, if it is true computer science, you know, we're learning the algorithm specifically. That, I mean, do-while loops have not changed. Wait a minute. That's not right. That can't be right. That isn't right. It's totally not right. I know how to especially networking in OS. Yeah, that's totally still relevant. I was about to say, you know, depending on, you know, relocation stuff, I think, you know, company I work for is hiring like crazy too. We're missing. Okay, it is one of these. Okay, I just turned. And this has got the one that's on either side. That was really confusing. That's okay. That's. Let's look at. I feel like at this point though, I'd have to go back to school since I've been out of practice since 2003. There's some resources you can look into. There's like Udacity type stuff that aren't, you know, too economically hurtful, I guess. Two and third. Okay. And then this one goes. Oh, let's do this piece first. There we go. And that piece one goes there, and that one goes like that. Yep. Then you have the little skate piece. I always like these. Like the little roller skates. Right, okay. And okay, and then we need this. And then one of those little skate pieces. Go and that goes there. Just need to just get out and do it. Pretty much. Pretty much. Right? That it? I think that's it. That does appear to be it. Okay, it kind of goes next to our home run plate looking piece. Oh, more sub steps. Okay, we got this and flat stud. And then we have that piece that goes in there. Then this piece goes in there. Which goes on the end of one of these. I feel like we're doing very, very similar to the same thing, which it looks like we are. Okay, so it's another, yeah, this one. I'm gonna make sure. It's confusing because you're at this one that's got two studs on either side, and there's this one that's only one, but it's really hard to tell from just the one picture. So that goes there, and these go like this. There we go. same color piece? Yes, exactly the same color piece. It's just the difference is this one has the receiver end on one side and then the stud on the other. And this one's actually got the stud on both sides. So yeah, nice and confusing. Nice and confusing. And the picture they give you is like at a side angle, so if you're not really paying close attention, you can't see that there's the stud on both sides. Again, one more reason why this is an 18 plus set. Go. Then I'm not digging this song. There we go. Put more of a Harris Heller stuff on. It's just the pretzel chill station. All right. Yeah, we're getting close. We're getting close. Piece. And then two more of the little roller skatey type pieces. That, and then more little roller skate piece underneath. It goes there. And then one of those pipes goes there. Okay, looks like that's everything. Pictures line up. All right. One more part onto the main assembly. On the other side of our home plate. I was going to say, there's got to be something that's going off the end of this. We're building that now. More on top. Looks like this nestles in just right in front. Just like that. These spare? I have a feeling these are going to be leftover spare. Yep. There. Oh boy. Yeah, that's what we're doing. We're making the back wall mess now. Looking sharp. Yeah, it's coming together. It is coming together. Just turn it so you can see the front part of it too. So now we're gonna build the part that goes back here onto the back, so it comes out of the next bag. All right, all those spares off to the side. Show the gavel. the tray here. This problem, I cleaned off my desk and I don't have any of this stuff around. What are we gonna use? There's a box lip. That'll work for now. I like that they do the scripture pockets on there for when you display them. Yeah, it is fun. I'm also looking at getting the Optimus Prime that's coming out on June 1st, I think. There's the where is it? See if I can find it here. Yeah, there it is. Yep, the Transforming Optimus, that one. Yeah, me too. I've been told to order that for Father's Day because you know there are no surprises. But yeah, it looks fun. It looks fun. But yeah, it transforms. I'm curious on how big it is, how big it's going to be. Once it's all robot form, or whatever. Bag number 4. 4 of 6. So we're getting there. Wow, it's already 9 o'clock. We'll still finish. Last two look like they go pretty quick. We'll get it done. We'll push through. First, more aiming juice. I hope it sells well, and if they do other sound, it's my favorite Decepticon. Mine too, as long as it's the original one that looks like the Walkman. Not the weird, you know, purpley one that they did later. Yeah, exactly. I still have, I think I still have the figure somewhere. Maybe. I still have my original Optimus in the box. And then I have the newer, I think, Gen 2 version, where it was a fire truck. That one's still new in box. Yeah, clear piece. Yeah, these were, and they need to have several tapes. Yes, yeah, with the little transforming thing. So what is it? The was it Laserbeak and let's see, Scourge, and I don't remember what the little Panther one was. I think I had Laserbeak. So I think that's the one that came with Soundwave. Alright, flip it over. And more. They need to release the G1 episodes on Blu-ray. The movie is lonely on HD. Yeah. Though after a while, the G1 episodes got really weird. Like the where the series picked up after the movie, it was just weird. But I remember I remember watching that in the theaters, and you know, Optimus you know, dying in the light our darkest hour part, and just, you know, bawling my eyes out as a kid. And then they brought him back, and then it was like really weird, and yeah, it's just got, like I said, it got weird. Yeah, then they had, you know, what was it where, like, the people could, like, turn into, like, the robots, where they would turn into the head and then, like, replace the head of the original robot? Can't remember what they were called. I remember those were there, too. You so tell they were, it was, you know, as an adult looking back, it was so designed just to sell all the extra toys and the new pieces and the new parts and everything else. I mean, that's what most of the cartoons were in the 80s, though. He-Man was a 30-minute ad for toys, and it worked, and I still have most of them. It's worked for me. I still have mine as well. Yeah. Yeah. I need to fix the gate on Castle Grayskull, though. Yeah, mine, the chain on Snake Mountain, one of, like, the plastic pieces that sticks out with the manacle things, one of them broke. Yep, got them all. Alright, then we need those. And somewhere in here. There's a flat piece. Nope, that's a little claw piece there. Nope. In here somewhere. That's a stud. That's a 2. It's been like right in front of me. Looking for like a little one piece. That's an angle piece. That's another angle piece. What was the #1 cartoon for you as a kid? Ooh, that's yeah, that's another tough one. Yeah, you know, of course there was He-Man, Transformers. I really like Danger Mouse too. Except I didn't catch that a lot because it was on at weird times and was shifting around. Times on Nickelodeon when it was airing. That box let go. Maybe I've got a spare over here that I can use and it'll pop up later. Yep, those steal this one. So I don't know if it was really, you know, just number one, but yeah, those are the biggies for me. You know, He-Man, Transformers, Danger Mouse. I'm trying to think what other cartoons I watched growing up. Thundercats. I did watch Thundercats. You know, I watched it, but I was not as big into the show. It's not, you know, it's not that I didn't like it, but it was not like, yeah, Thundercats, yeah, let's watch that. And honestly, I remember more of the Silverhawks that usually came on after, it was before or after Thundercats, than I do of actually Thundercats. And I think it was the Snarf character, I think that was just really annoying. GoBots. Now, I didn't watch GoBots. You know, well, I think maybe one or two episodes, and I think I might have had one or two, but yeah, mostly it was Transformers. And one brick. And one of these. And another one brick. And how big is that? 4? Yeah, 4. That's the 4. This thing gets the long part. But I do remember GoBots. Remember the theme more than anything else. I had like a kid's record player. And I think I had a 33 that had like it was like a read-along book. You know, where it's like, you know, it's reading the story, and you know, every time you hear the sound, you turn the page. You know, I had one of those. It was the GoBots, so it had like the GoBots theme on it. And so kids these days don't remember those because now it's all iPads and they'll read pretty much anything, and it's all computer generated. Where they actually had to hire voice actors back then, and it was all fancy. In the front. Okay, it looks like we do 3 of the little hollow studs. Clips on like so. Fancy. And now we're getting further in. Making progress. Making progress. So what about yours, Elgos? What were your bigger TV shows? Is that? I think that's everything. Yeah, it looks like it. Oh, and Voltron. I totally forgot about Voltron. Which, yeah, I lean it the wrong way. I don't know if you can see it. I have the Lego Voltron back there as well. He-Man, Transformers, Voltron, Thundercats, GoBots. Okay, yeah. But pretty much the same block of cartoons. You know, it's not like there was a ton of option back then. You know, we watched the cartoons that the networks provided to us. I also remember, like a Saturday morning, there was like a Pac-Man animated series too. Which catch Dragon Ball at 6 a.m. on Saturdays. I never got into Dragon Ball. Again, nothing against it. Just you know, I never caught it, never saw it, never got into it. You know, none of my friends were watching it, so you know, I didn't have that peer pressure of looking into it or watching it. So it just never clicked. You know, now it's, you know, watching some of the episodes, it's I don't know, it's okay, but I know it's kind of frustrating in the format. You know, it's like you feel like you've watched, you know, they spend the first 15-20 minutes of the new episode recapping what happened last episode, and then there's like the last 5 minutes is, you know, kind of a brief clip of what's coming up ahead. It's like every episode's only about like 10 minutes of unique new stuff. So can we just like not do the recap because we just watched it? Do I have any interest in anime? Yes. I'm not like super into anime. Like I don't have like a Crunchyroll subscription or anything, but I do watch anime. I have seen my fair share. Yeah, so a lot of them are like most of the more popular ones. So like Outlaw Star, Cowboy Bebop. Started watching Trigun. I don't think I've actually got very far into Trigun. You know, Gundam Wing. I love Outlaw Star. It was a good show. It was a good show. I think Toonami did a lot for boosting anime in general here in the US, which is good. Oh boy. Okay. Alright, so we've got this. And then that piece goes on. I'm going to put this piece on first so we can tell where the next one goes. Oh, there's another piece that has to go on before that. So that goes there. Naruto is good now, so recommend Full Metal Alchemist. I've seen a couple of episodes of Naruto. I don't know. Just it's not clicking. Lately, like actually, well, currently, I'm working my way through One Piece. I think I'm on season 3 on Netflix. So that's and I think I just got an email tonight that they just released seasons 5 through 7, which is crazy because I'm watching this, and I'm like, this is still season 1? It's been like 60 episodes, and it's still season 1. I'm like, there's 3 seasons. How long are these seasons? And then it's like, the first one's like 63 episodes, and I look at season 2, and it's like 10. And season 3 is like 12. I'm like, okay, that makes a little bit more sense, but it was just, I was kind of blown away at first on how just insanely long season 1 was on Netflix. I'm like, wow, this is, they're in it for the long haul on this thing. And it's okay. It's okay. I mean, the animation's a little meh, but the storyline's alright. You know, probably should go back and watch. I've seen a couple episodes of Naruto. I probably should go back and watch it from the beginning. And my big thing is I don't want another streaming service. I already have so many. I'm trying to see, you know, is there a series like that I can watch that I don't have to get like Crunchyroll or something specifically just for watching anime? So, I mean, I know that's kind of like the best place to watch it, but can I do it without, you know, can I watch it through Prime or Netflix or some other service? Because as it stands, we have Prime, but I mean, we get Prime mostly for the shipping, and the video stuff's a bonus. You know, we've got Netflix, we've got Hulu with the live TV, we've got, because we don't have cable, so it's all streaming for us. You know, plus Paramount, plus Discovery. Trying to think what else. But it's like, you know, I don't want another streaming service. It's on Peacock. Is it on Peacock free, or do you actually have to pay for it? Because we have Peacock, but we don't actually have a subscription to it. Put our little triangle piece in. And one of these. And looks like one of these. And is it the whole series? Like, you know, because that's been kind of the gripe with Hulu. It's like, wow, they've actually got a decent, you know, selection of shows, but then you go to look at the show, and it's like, yeah, it has season 2, episodes 5 and 8, and then it has season 3, episode 11, and then all of season 7. It's like, okay. That doesn't help me. So good. Such a good beer. But I definitely appreciate recommendations for watching good anime. It says watch for free. Okay, cool. Oh, let's check out the link. Yeah, 220 episodes for free. I do like to give free content. Yeah, yeah. I mean, that's basically all we use Peacock for, is the free content. So we don't, you know, I don't want to have to pay for yet another streaming service. Yeah, I only pay for WWE. Ah. Yeah, I promise I've been out of watching wrestling for so long. Yeah, I was laughing when on Scoot's stream the other night. You know, he's going over all the stuff, and Gloop's talking about all this stuff, and I'm like, I have no idea who any of these people are, because I haven't watched wrestling since I was 8, 9. You know, the modern day legends is when they were wrestling is when I watched wrestling, and even then it was only periodically, because we didn't have pay-per-view, and my parents certainly wouldn't have paid for that for me to watch it. So, I didn't really have the opportunity to watch anything other than, what was just broadcast on TV. Okay, seriously? I can't find another piece? Are they like under the book? Oh, there's a missing square. Was hiding under the book. Oh, there it is. There it is. Found it. My dad bought WrestleMania 3 on pay-per-view, and I remember watching it. Nice. Nice. Yeah, see, my dad was totally not... Yeah, it was the mindset, well, it's all fake. Well, yeah, but no at the same time. You know, it's, yeah, of course the storylines and everything else are fake, but it's not. It's, they got some serious athletics to pull off some of that stuff, you know? It's not, it's not easy stuff to do. I think that's... Is that it? Yeah, just 1, 2, and then that piece. This has that to there. We've got the round piece. Okay, cool. Oh, we didn't miss anything. My dad was very encouraging with my hobbies. Well, that's cool. That's cool. I'm glad your dad was supportive of that kind of stuff. I think that's important. Yeah, I try to do that with my kiddo where I can. She's, you know, very much getting into Pokemon right now, and I'm like, I have no idea what any of this stuff is. I mean, I've played Pokemon for about 10 minutes, and that's about it. Yeah, see, I was, keep telling us, like, yeah, see, I was playing Magic when Pokemon came out, so we always looked at Pokemon as a very much a kid's game and very much beneath us, and we didn't want to touch it, so we kind of just avoided the whole thing. So I never really learned anything about it. I've been playing Magic the Gathering since Revised. That's about the era I started. It was... Unlimited was just on its way out. So you could actually still get Unlimited and Dark. And then some of the Revised stuff. But yeah, I remember playing in Magic tournaments where there weren't types. It was just 60 card decks, and that was it. You know, there's some limitations, like, you know, one of the power main, what is the power 7? You know, the Mox and Black Lotus and all those sorts of things. Your power 9, thank you. It's been a little while. But yeah, I mean, you know, that there were people playing those in tournaments. I have been channel fireballed on turn 1. You know, when you could put, you know, multiple dark rituals in a deck, and it's a very different era back then. A buddy and I always like to do stasis decks. That was kind of like our calling card. Because anytime we could do find a way to play a stasis deck, we were all about it. You know, Stasis Kismet. Yeah. And then they went and they mucked with a bunch of rules that I don't necessarily like the way they changed. Like, I don't like the way protection from color works on creatures anymore. Like when, you know, I have something that attacks with trample, and you block it with a... I hated Winter Orb decks locking everything down. Yeah, I mean, that was kind of somewhat similar. We didn't do Winter Orb because I think we still could do Stasis around that time. But I went and I tried, you know, actually I tried to get back into Magic, tried to play it again. And I remember playing it online because there weren't really any places local to play at the time anymore because most of the comic shops were all closed down. I played and somebody attacked with like a green creature trample. So I'm like, all right, well, cool. I'll just block with this creature protection for green. And the person on the other's like, oh, I don't think you realize that's going to do what you think. And then I ended up taking all the damage. I'm like, what the hell? because, you know, remember back in the day, it used to reduce all the damage to 0. So it's like, it was basically just it was a damage sink. It's like, oh, what? It's a 20/20 trample green thing? That's fun. I'll block with this 1/1 protection for green, and I take nothing. Haha, screw you. Yeah, it doesn't work that way anymore, which I think is kind of dumb. Because it took a lot of teeth out of the whole protection from color aspect. Yeah, see, it just, I don't know. It's like, well, why bother with it? And now, I mean, now that there's really no protection from color cards going in sets that I saw when I was tried it again. Yeah, they don't even print the COPs. Yeah, which makes sense. Yeah, given that they've kind of neutered the effect, there's no point in leaving them in. And so many cards that were like watered down versions of the original. It's like, oh, it's Wrath of God, just more expensive. God, what was it? Trying to remember what it was. It's when Magic Online first started taking off. And it was around the area that Chronotog decks were really popular. Some of the cards on reserve list, they can't reprint them, so they make nerf versions. Yeah. Again, I'm back from the era when it was Type 1, Type 2, and Type 1.5. And that was the only tournaments formats that we had. And now I don't even think there, you know, something equivalent to Type 1 even exists anymore. But, no, what was it? Yeah, Legacy, Vintage, Modern, Pioneer, Pauper, and Commander. Yeah. Where Legacy is kind of equivalent to 1.5. Or it's like Type 1, Vintage is more like 1.5, Modern is kind of like Type 2. I have no idea what the other three were, because, again, they weren't really popular when I was playing. My problem is that they kept moving sets so fast, you know, it was, you had to shovel so much money at it to stay up to speed with, you know, being tournament viable. It was crazy. But I was, like, doing the fun decks. Like, I had a Cadaverous Bloom deck. That was one of my favorites. For Magic Online, I had one, I think it was, I want to say it was like Island Sanctuary. That every upkeep I had to like discard you had to discard a card during my upkeep. But I had a card that it was like a gold legend that I never actually played the card. I just took it because I discarded it because all I had to do is pay 1 green mana to put it back in my hand. So I had something I could just feed to the protection spell, but it basically made it so I couldn't be attacked, and I couldn't be the target of any spells, and I played no creatures. And the only creatures I had, there were 4 flying creatures that had protection from all colors, so they couldn't be targeted by anything. So, you know, unless they had like sweeping removal, you know, like Chronotog, you couldn't, like, you know, bolt them or tear them or whatever. And it just, I had that, and I think I put a couple millstones in there because I think those had got reprinted or something equivalent to a millstone, just as a alternate path. And I had people pissed and quitting the game. It was like, that was more fun than, it was about as much fun as watching paint dry and quitting the match because I couldn't do anything. Yeah, milling is always fun. Yeah, I like those kinds of ones where it tweaked the mechanics. That's why I like stasis decks. I like mill decks. You know, the Cad Bloom deck where I'm, you know, it's like, yeah, I'm gonna life drain you for 40. You know, just trying to get, you know, some of the mechanics of those kinds of things working. Those are the kinds of decks that I always like playing. And the problem is just with the modern format, because I had tried playing the latest Arena. I was actually a beta tester for it for a while. Just the formats change so much, the game's over by turn 4. Or pretty close to that. So about turn 4, turn 5. Do I have Tabletop Simulator on Steam? I don't. I've heard that there's things where you can get the cards for it and actually play on Tabletop Simulator. I should get it. I mean, I have VR and all, but because I have the original Oculus Quest. But no, I don't have Tabletop Simulator. Okay, I feel like I'm missing something here. Well, I think that's everything. All right. Yeah, they have modules where we could play some old school. Yeah, just like back in my day. Back in my day, protection from colors actually meant something. Yeah, Birds of Paradise weren't worth $800. An interrupt was a type of spell. Yes. Yes. There's a difference between an instant and an interrupt. Although I am kind of glad that they simplified that and just made everything instants, because it did actually make tracking the flow of a turn so much easier to follow when everything just became an instant. Yeah, but then nothing is faster than tapping land. Okay. We've gone a little overboard here. I think that's it. Yeah, I think these are just bears. Into the box lid with you. Way over here. But then they created split second mechanic, which is like an interrupt. Yeah. I mean, I actually used to do magic. I mean, not in like the DCI at the time tournaments, but I used to actually play magic tournaments all the time. I just, you know, after playing Arena fairly recently, I don't know which. Oh, I'm trying to think of what set it was. Start with an O. It was right around the time Arena actually launched. Like I said, I was in the beta for it. And just, I don't know, there was no thought behind any of the decks other than how can you pump out as much damage as possible in the shortest amount of time. That was the general reigning mechanic for playing Magic. It was just, and it was such a narrow focused meta, it wasn't even fun anymore. Emiket, yeah, I think that was the block that it was in, was that around that time frame. Yeah, I think the only real strategy deck was with the one Elder Dragon person that could like pull stuff off the board and make people discard, and if it died, it just went back to somebody's hand, and just like it was a pain in the butt. Because I always look to try and find that strategy aspect. Like I said, I like the combo decks. I like the the milling decks, the stasis decks, the ones that just tweak with the mechanics, and they stopped making those kinds of decks. And I think a lot of it is just because I can understand they were frustrating to play, as another player, because it was one of those, well, you know, someone playing someone like that, you know, it's basically they don't get to play anymore. And it's like, that's true. However, it's so hard to actually pull off. You know, it's some serious skill to actually make that kind of deck actually function. And, you know, it took a lot of collecting of some very weird cards that were usually hard to get. Sometimes. I mean, sometimes we're like, oh, you want that card? All right. But just, you know, the skill to be able to set everything up and control those games was really difficult. And I think they wanted to get rid of it because it was, you know, it was such a negative experience for new players, which again, I get it. And I get where they're coming from, and you know, they've got to appeal to the broader market. It just, you know, it was like, it got to the point where I was just playing a red deck that was just, I felt like I was playing like 40 lightning bolts or creatures with haste. Like I took the typical, the red sly, whatever it was at the time. Yeah, and it was burn. But I modified it a bit so that all my creatures had haste. So I was basically just in their face constantly, and the only thing that would actually stop that deck is if my hand emptied. You know, that counter, like blue counter spells, or just white control or blue-white control, whatever, they couldn't keep up. You know, it's like, oh, you're going to counter that? That's fine. Here's 2 more. I don't care. You know, because it didn't matter. I'm like, this is just boring. This is not fun to play. And then the block started phasing out. I'm going, you know, yeah, it was just, that's what it was. It was small, fast creatures, just direct bolt spells, and I was like, ugh. And it worked. You know, I played that when I would start getting pissed off because I'd be, you know, trying to make a control deck and I couldn't get it off the ground. You know, hand destruction is still my favorite type. It is by far my favorite type of deck to play is hand destruction. You know, but I like doing those kinds of decks, and you can't do them in any of the modern sets, or at least when I was during the Amonkhet. Yeah, discard tricks or land destruction. That was another one that was really hard to pull off back in the day, was land destruction. But there's so much stuff that does fetch land stuff. It's like, okay, it kind of neutered land destruction. But again, you know, they did that because it's like, okay, if I'm taking away somebody's land, I've now totally screwed them for the rest of the game. They can never recover. I've now made it impossible or near impossible for that player to win. So I get from a balancing perspective why Wizards, Topps, whatever you want to call them, didn't want to do that. I get it. But it's like, okay, do you want to win by direct damage and creature attacks, or by creature attacks and direct damage? I'm like, hell, at that point, why don't we all just go play Pokemon? Because that's pretty much what Pokemon is. Armageddon was devastating back in the day. Well, I'm talking not only Armageddon, but I'm talking like Strip Mine, Sinkhole, Stone Rain. You know, we had a black-red land destruction deck. And you actually didn't need Armageddon because you actually had the direct, no, you cannot have your custom, minor land mana card because I know what you're going to do with it. You know, that was part of the reason I like playing hand destruction too, because at the time, counterspell was really, popular. So it was like, heavy blue counterspell, power sink, all that stuff. And it was one of those, I'm going to cast this, make you discard. Or I'm going to counterspell it. Okay, still got it out of your hand. I still won. I still won, and actually I'm doing better now because you just spent mana. So, those are the kinds of, that was the kind of mindset that I had as a player that I really enjoyed. And again, all that's just gone. You can't do any of that stuff in Modern Magic. It's almost like a sub mechanic, and there's not enough there to build a deck around it anymore. Or I should say there's not enough to actually make it worth putting in your deck versus, another primary path to victory. That's why I play on tabletop. I can make stuff like that for fun. Yeah, exactly. I mean, that's, yeah, I mean, it does sound like it's a lot more fun doing it that way. You're getting to play with all the old spells. I think that was my big thing. It's like, okay, the whole channel fireball thing. Sure, it was cheap. You know, unless you happen to have, you know, a force of will that you could discard a card out of your hand. Yeah, it was possible for you to die in turn 1. Do you know how stupidly lucky somebody would have to be to actually get all of the exact spells they need to be actually able to pull off a channel fireball? It was stupidly hard to actually be able to get that, and it's, yeah, I got it in turn 2, yeah, but it's, you know, but how many times would you actually get that in turn 2 when you're playing that deck? And maybe once out of every 10 games? You wouldn't win a tournament that way. So it's like, okay, yeah, it's a fun gimmick, but, and yeah, it seems stupidly overpowered, but it's so rare you can't count on it. And as new cards came out like Force of Will, it's like, oh, I'm gonna channel Fireball, that's great, I'm gonna Force of Will and counter your Fireball. Oh cool, you're at 1 life here, Lightning Bolt, you're dead. Next. Crap, you know? So it was one of those, but it was something you actually had to prepare for. You had to potentially run up against that and, you know, be prepared. So, you know, it was something you possibly sideboarded for, or, because, I mean, that's the problem with her. And it's like, okay, I have 14 cards, or is it 7 cards or 14? I can't remember how big a sideboard could be. However it was like, you can play Magic Arena, I'm like, I don't need 14. 15. Yeah, whatever. Yeah, 15 cards. What am I going to do with 15? And a lot of times it was like half of it was just filler just so I had 15 cards for the sideboard. Or I put stuff in thinking it might be better, but it's like, it's not really going to help. I mean, it just basically the game turned into rock, paper, scissors. That it's, okay, if I'm playing anything other than, you know, whatever the Elder Dragon guy was from Amonkhet, I'm going to win. And that would be the only type of deck that could beat me, because it can actually gain life and outdraw me on cards and survive my onslaught. So that would be the only kind of deck that would actually beat the burn deck, Sly type deck that I had. And outside of that, it was like, well, why am I playing this? This is not fun anymore. They took the fun out of Magic. You know, it became too formulaic, like we were talking about earlier with television shows. But I digress. I mean, some people really enjoy it. I'm like, and that's cool. It's just nothing against that. I can't anymore. It's just gotten way too expensive. You know, you're paying the same price for a booster of digital cards as you are for paper. I'm like, and your digital costs are 0 for printing? Why is it all the same price? I don't understand that. Is it because you get away with it? I think so. And then how quickly they're releasing sets. I think you would enjoy the Commander format as a singleton format has a ton of strategy. I mean, I might. I don't think when I was playing, well, Arena didn't support it at the time, so that's probably why I didn't really know too much about it. Because that's one where you have like a legend card and it's supposed to be like your avatar or whatever, or something like that. So I really don't know too much about it. Okay, that's the bag 6. Almost done. We're getting there. A little longer than I thought to build it, but we've also been, you know, chilling a bit. You mean I read a little, it's like, you know, you can, you know, attack like the commander or attack the player or something like that. I don't remember the specifics I read. But again, when you think about even building decks for Commander, you can cast it from the command zone as if it was in your hand. And when it dies, it goes back to the command zone and costs 2 more to recast. Okay. Yeah, I'd have to look up the rules, but even with that, do the decks really diverge at all from what I was talking about from the formulaic aspect? Or is it, again, just more about doing as much damage as possible in as short a time as possible? And that's literally taking somebody from, 20 health to 0 is the only way you can win in Magic these days. Because, it's fine. It's certainly a viable mechanic, and I'm not saying it should go away, but I'm just saying that they've taken away too many of the other mechanics. Because it's not the only way you can win. It's harder in the format. You start with 40 life and stand a little more for multiplayer. Yeah. This is a complicated whatever the heck it is that we're building. It's weird. It's like all these pieces are just so abstract. It's like, what in the world is that? It's like building something. It's like you can kind of recognize what it is, but you're putting this together. And it's like I don't know. What is it? Pipes. Okay. Oop. Nope. Stay on there. Don't come off. Stay there. Stay there. Okay. So you go over here? Like, where? Like so? Like this? Looks like this. There. I mean, you get that's kind of my Magic playing history is, again, I like doing the funny stuff. I like doing the hand destruction or the land destruction or the non-typical, ratio to 20 damage type decks. Oops, forgot to step on this one. Put those things on there. Oh, look, it's running out of pieces. Must mean we're getting close. I'm excited. The next bag we actually get to build little ships and stuff, so we could build a little X-wing. And do you remember back in the day the Microprose PC releases Magic Chandelar? Yes, I do. I very much remember those. I still have the discs somewhere, and both the expansions. That was, those were cool. And it was definitely a feat of program engineering to make those actually work and function. It was, having a little bit of programming experience now, it was very impressive what they were able to pull off back then. There are versions that I guess you can download and play on Windows 10. But they tweak the cards is the problem. I haven't found one it's the same cards that were in the original set. It's like, well, no, I don't want to do like modern cards or newer cards. I want to play that game in that era. Don't tweak stuff. Don't put new cards in. Don't put newer sets in. Quit messing with it. I'll have to see if I can look through my CD collection. That's why they didn't release full sets of the expansions. It would have taken them forever for them to do it. Yeah. Okay, that pushes in. And then this gets an upside down steering wheel. And then we have little claw piece and a little stud. And that clicks in right about there. Looks like. Thereabouts. Close enough. No, but I do remember playing the heck out of those, and I thought it was a lot of fun back then. Granted, my computer was kind of, terrible, so it didn't run great, but it was still fun to play. I am wondering if I take the original CD disc, if I can actually find a way to get it to install, or install a VM or something that has an old version of Windows. Does that just sit on the other side? It's kind of weird. Alright, well, let's follow the instructions. They know what's going on. Maybe through an emulation box? Yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking. I guess it just sits up against it. Alright. Yeah, just kind of the line, they don't fit together at all. Alright. It works. Let's make sure that they're lined up with each other. Looks like they're the same part to me. And oh, get some long parts. Okay, set that down, and then we take to the go. Is it the same? Yeah, it's the same. It's symmetrical. Okay, let me put like two wrenchy type pieces in. Yeah, I might still have a little PC that I can I don't even need emulation. I can just run like an old 98 install or something. That'd be fun to stream again. I've seen some people actually do the streams of those. At least I've seen YouTube videos of people that have done streams of the old Chandelar games. Let's go on either side like this. Looks like that's the spacing. Okay, and then this goes here. Oh, yep, and then it clips in over there. Oh. How about that? How about that? Cool. Oops. Bump those. Oh, just push all the way down. Okay, cool. That makes it easier to get those to line up. Nice. Okay, now what? Now it goes in. Put the whole thing together. Hey friend, we haven't seen you in a while. You sit like this, looks like. Skip that one. Okay. Then the short one goes in here. And then a longer one goes in here. There we are. We're getting close. We've only got a handful of things to build, so we have the little gun tower to build and then the little ships. Ooh, exactly. Exactly. Not longer to stream than I was anticipating. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but there it is, friends. The last bag. The very last one. And then our project and stream will come to a close. Okay, let's get these other bags open. That looks like that's looks like a bunch of TIE fighter parts to me, but we'll see. Yeah. The last of the bags are open. The pieces are released. Oh. All right. So we need one of these. And let's not lean on the headphone cord. And one of these. And one of these up top. We gotta turn it and two downward facing claw pieces. Crap, there's ones with patterns on them. I got a fish out here? Oh, great. Well, that'll be fun. We'll figure that out when we get there. That's next step, so we'll figure it out shortly. So those, and then clear plastic piece underneath. Shove it up from underneath. Okay, now we need to find. Okay, that's a little R2 head. So I don't know how you can. It's not autofocus, so it won't. I don't think it'll. Nope. Anyways, it has the little R2 astromech droid print on the top. We need to find ones that have well, yeah, that's what I thought. It looks I guess there's another one with the astromech version. We need ones that have not in that pile, is it? No. This one? No. That was one of those. And it accidentally used one of the wrong spot. Oh, it's clear. Oh, it's got the front glass part, the cockpit part, but I didn't realize it was a clear piece. It pointed out very clearly in the instructions. Again, another reason why this is an 18 plus set. Okay, and then apparently we have to snap in the little lasers. Pew-pew. Instructions are for suckers, man. You should be able to figure it out on your own. Give you a bag of parts and build it yourself. That's what Legos were back in the day. It's like sets. What are you talking about? to those. The bucket, yes. And the piece you needed was always at the bottom. And it didn't matter which piece it was at the bottom. Okay, I don't... How does that... Are there... Oh, okay. That explains. I'm like, that doesn't fit. Oh, because they need studs on the other side. Read the instructions, Parade. That would help. Okay, that... I cannot think of any other word other than that is absolutely adorable. Hey, what's going on, Laser Los? There he is. Leader of the Chungus Army himself, Laser Los. Good to see you. Welcome to the stream. No pinball tonight. Tonight we're playing with Legos. And building incredibly adorable TIE fighters. As we're here, you actually know, at a good point where we've assembled most of this. And we're putting on the last couple pieces here. We're in the last bag. The very last bag. Pew pew. So, how are you doing, Laser Los? Hopefully you're having a good evening. Frantic wave in the camera. You're building our, yeah, had a good day. Cool. Awesome. Awesome. Glad to hear it. Got barbecue lunch with mom. Nice. Then won 2 local tournament meals. Nice. Hopefully they paid for barbecue lunch and maybe then some extra on top of that. Yeah, free. That does indeed sound like it was a good and productive day. Exactly, yeah. It's always good when the hobby pays out more than the money you put into it. Okay, I'll put our next little glass piece on here. And let's just get square pieces. This is like the last of the set. Somewhere in here is 2 more TIE fighters and an X-Wing and a little gun tower. It shall be revealed. I wonder if I've broken even on pinball. I could say you're probably a hell of a lot closer than I am. Because I am nowhere near close. I mean, that's okay. Because I'm in it for the fun. And more pew-pew lasers. We will meet again in the sequel. Exactly. Let's see. We need one of these. And 3 of these. And go over the top on the other side. Fancy. There we go. Looks like we're assembled now. We could do it again. So it's an X2 step. See, everybody like, you know, watching this later, they're gonna be very fortunate because they could just like jump to this part. So, you know, I don't want to sit here and watch all the slow stuff or his building and just, you know, just jump to the end and see what it looks like at the end. To which I say you're cheaters, but thanks for watching anyways. There we go. It's like Vader's advanced tie with more pew lasers. So we shall fix this one as well. The journey is just as important as the destination. Very well said, Elagos. Very well said. Let's straighten out his wings there. Looks like he kind of got clipped a bit. And it's too early in the scene for him to be shot. Or for the other tie to get shot and crash into him. Yeah, stay on the leader. Exactly. They came from behind. So I laugh when they had that sound in Warcraft 2. The little gnome spy plane. And you shoot him down. Oh, they came from behind. Shield here. Glass, cockpit glass. Ooh. It's not flinging anywhere. That looks like it's about right. Yeah, that's all right. And yeah, that's it. Okay, cool. So we can build the wings. Yeah, I need to watch the Book of Boba Fett series with Obi-Wan coming up, because what I'm really hopeful for is that in Obi-Wan we truly get a better sense for how powerful Vader really was compared to like how he was in the original trilogy. Guess it goes here. There we go. Getting closer. Getting closer. Oh, I can hold it this way. That way you can actually see it right side up. With lasers pew-pewing. Turn my head trying to figure out how to tilt this so you can see the same. All right. Yeah, should have put it down. Dip. You don't dig the high-pitched whiny voice background thing. That's not chill. At least not to me. Up. Buying. What are you buying? Buying one of these sets? Are you talking about like baying, like all the weird voice type sounds? Yeah, an Optimus. Nice. Well, you're welcome, Lego. Feel free to send me, you know, a thank you for selling your stuff for you. I'm kidding. Not really. You actually kind of thought about that about 10 minutes before the stream started. I'm like, what is actually a problem with me streaming building a Lego set online if Lego's going to be upset about that? Yeah, Optimus you can't do until June 1st, though. And that's not for sale yet. This one you absolutely can, although you can also get it in stores. I've seen it in quite a few stores. It has been in Fred Meyer's around here locally. Although I'm sure other places that carry Lego parts and accessories. I know. Why would they be upset? And it's one of those, I don't know. I mean, some people are kind of weird about that. It's like, you're streaming our IP and showing what the book contents and pieces and blah, blah. I'm like, but you could download the PDF from your website for free even if you don't have the set. So, I mean, I don't know. I mean, why would Nintendo be upset that people are streaming their games, but yet they do get upset for some reason? You're promoting the product that helps your brand. That's the way I look at it. I mean, I'm like, hey, look, you can get the Lego set for free. And if you're really careful, you can piece it together yourself without buying all the parts. No, I'm honestly, I want to put it together anyway, so I'm like, hey, might as well just do it on a stream. We'll hang out, we'll chill. Have some fun. At least I'm having fun. Hopefully everyone else is as well. Oh, that's neat. So it has like the little cannon part. I guess what I'm saying is stranger things have happened. And I'm always ultra cautious about that kind of stuff. Thank you for sharing tonight. It's been a blast. Hey, I am happy to do this, and glad you've been enjoying the time here. I have as well, and I definitely appreciate yours and everyone else's company. Speaking of blast, let's make it look a little nicer and get them to actually line up. Put that right there. Yeah, it turns. Nice. Do we get to build the X-Wing now? I think we get to build the X-Wing. Almost. First I have to build the stand for the X-Wing. Of course, I saved the X-Wing for the very last thing we build, but that's okay. That's alright. Okay, so this gets a blue. I don't know why it needs a blue piece, but it gets a blue one. You could have done another clear. Some of these songs are cool. Some of them are kind of weird. I wasn't digging the wind chime things. I really, then again, I don't, I have like this aversion to wind chimes, but. All right, we get to build the X-Wing. It's time to build the X-Wing. Waiting the whole dang stream for this. I guess it's good that it's at the last, since it's the very last thing we're putting together. At least I suppose that's the very last thing we're putting together. And it gets 2 more. Oh, it's the lower 2 piece. Nice. Stick that on top. And then somewhere, there it is. Put a little R2 head on there. that is awesome. I love that. Okay, and then we do one of these. Flip it over. Doing 4 of these. And 4, there's the 4th one. And then we put on the little diamond pieces for the exhaust. There we go. And again, confused. There's 4, why does only 2 plug in? That's so weird. Do I not have the right piece? No, that's the right. And it flips over. Let's go in. And then that goes. I mean, yeah, that's right. Which is weird. Alright. Okay. Alright, and we do one of these, then we do the little red claw piece, and the white claw piece, and the little skewery part that goes into the little lightsabery part, which clips into the red claw piece. We need 2 of those. Alright, let's build a second one. So it's this one. And we need the red claw. And the white. Let's make sure we're straight. There we go. Alright, they look like little ski poles. What if that's what they are? They're like for skiing sets or whatever. And back into the lightsabery piece. And then clips in on the end. Okay, one goes upside down here. Right side up on this end. actually in a line, so it doesn't look weird. Alright. So do the other one. That gets the white. And then the red. That clips in, and then we do it one more time. Oh, let's see, do that, and one of those. Clips into the red part. And that clips in the other two spots. So that goes right there. There we go. Alright, now we gotta build the front. So take the 3-piece. What I think he's gonna put a bump of the mic. And it gets a little, let's flatten that out first. Just gotta wait until after we put that piece on. It's the pointy part up front. Just push it on the desktop over here and get it flat. There we go. And clips in just like that. Okay, how absolutely awesome is that? I love that. That is such a cool model. How's that fit in? And then it just clips onto the bottom. The very last assembly, and then we're out of pieces. We're out of pages. There it is. Slide all that out of the way. But yeah. There it is, our completed Death Star Trench Run diorama model. Awesome sauce. I 100% agree. Should turn that a little bit. But how cool is that? It's not too big either, so it's yeah, maybe 7-8 inches wide or so. So not terribly big. Fit pretty easily on a shelf. Yes, this does move, so this will turn. And these, the actual, well, actually the whole thing comes off if you're not careful. And these also pivot. Yeah, but this, because it's on, the way it fits in, there's a, it's like permanently banking. And you see the little exhaust coming off the X-Wing. Not much to see on the bottom. But yeah, I mean, it's sturdy. I mean, with those pins back there. I mean, it locks in because there was two pieces on either side, so it does kind of it clips in. But then the two parts back here, it's sturdy. It doesn't move anywhere. So yeah, there we go. Oops, I just break it already. We just put it together and you're already breaking it. So there you are. That is the Death Star Trench Run diorama collection. There it is. Looks just like the only more 3D. So, all right. Well, it is a little past normal streaming end time, but I have to say it's been nice. It's been fun. It's been great. Okay, music, you can go away now. Thanks. You've been big help, Pretzel. But yeah, so we will. We're gonna call it a night here. Actually, who's still oot the boot for streaming? Can we throw some viewers and/or bots into their channel as we call it a night? Thank you very much for being awesome. Hey, we're only moderately awesome around here. I appreciate the enthusiasm, but let's call it how it is. Let's see who's still doing stuff on the front. Scoot's still doing stuff. Let's go say hi to Scoot. He normally does. I didn't think he normally streamed on Sundays. But yeah, let's go say hi to Scoot. Throw all those chill in his direction. All right. So thanks again, everybody. Appreciate you watching. So we'll be back actually with pinball on Thursday. Likely we'll be back with Godzilla. I'm a little hesitant to throw Hot Wheels back in the mix right away. Kind of toss up between Mando or Godzilla. But because we've done 2 Mando streams in a row now, we'll probably go back to Godzilla. But I'm hoping at some point this week I can get my new Godzilla figure swapped in that goes in the back, as well as some new Perfect Play flipper rubbers. So we'll see if that makes a difference as well. So we can talk about that after we get some games in on Thursday. So until then, thanks again for hanging out and chilling with me on a Sunday evening, putting together some Legos. Hopefully you found it entertaining, and if not, I'm sorry, and hopefully we'll be back with you on Pinball with Thursday. But until then, have a fantastic rest of the evening, and hope to see all of you, specifically you, next Slipstream. Good night.